Okay, and so finally, and if you made it this far, congratulations. And I'm briefly going to talk about actual deployments that have been done in phones and the results that we get. So 3D Model Assistance has been launched by Google on 3 different clients. The first one is on Google Map Live View. Live View is a feature of Google Maps that's shown here in this little video, where instead of looking at a 2D map and trying to interpret that when you're in a city, you lift up the phone and it'll automatically bring up this, the camera and then show you augmented reality overlays to tell you, turn right here, as you can see she's looking at. And this works partly by using vision as for location. So part of this solution that you see on the screen here actually uses the combination of what the camera is seeing and Google's Street View images, which you probably all know about, and which so we have a very good idea of what each building is. So that's navigation in the oldest way. You look around you. But to make this work properly, you have to have an idea of which street you're on in the first place. And so 3D Model Assistance is a really key part of initializing this whole system. And so for this particular implementation, the live view makes use of server-side processing. And so all of this ray tracing and everything we can do on a server. And so we're almost unlimited in terms of processing power. And so we can deploy the most powerful solution. And we get something like I showed you in that Berlin example. And we cut down the wrong side of street events by 90% from before using any kind of processing. So we have 90% fewer wrong side of street events than the GNSS native output. Then in March of last year, we also released an on-device version. So this is a lighter version of the above, where we're not making use of the server, but we're actually doing processing on the phone. And we're providing corrections to the chip to give the GNSS chip information about the reflections so that it can improve its position. And then we also fuse the results in the fused location provider, which is the part of Android that gives you the combination of GNSS, sensor inputs, Wi-Fi, and so on. And by doing this, this was on all Android phones of version 10 and beyond. And this reduced wrong side of street events by 50%. And I said I'd show you early on when I showed you that single example in Berlin, I said I'd show you proper statistics. So when we give you these numbers, this is not from 1 or 2 different cities. This is from tests that we conduct. We have operators all over the world who do nothing but go out every day, 5 days a week, and conduct tests against known ground truth. We do this in 20 cities over 4 continents every day of the year, every weekday of the year. So over 1 million data points, we get these statistics. And then just last month, we released V2. What makes V2 different from V1 is just V1 was the first version that could run in a phone and gave significant results, such as 50%. And so we put that out. V2, I can't go into the details of what makes it better, but you can imagine with time, we're adding more and more into the phone. So this was released on Pixel 4a and Pixel 5. And gave 75% reduction in wrong side of street. And there's an example showing you the native GNSS position from one of those phones, from a Pixel 5, and then with 3D Model Assistance, what you get when walking down the street and across and back. There's a blog. You can just Google Android Developers Blog, Urban GPS Accuracy, and you'll find a lot more detail about this. And then finally, what's coming next? Well, in this quarter, we will have the V2 on-device corrections for the entire Android ecosystem. So that means not just Pixel phones, but Samsung, Xiaomi, etc. For any phones with operating system 10 and above, Android 10 and above. And then later on this year, we'll release so-called V3, which exploits this magic of L5 that I've been talking about. And so thank you if you've stuck with me throughout all these 7 sections. That's all I have, and I'd be delighted to answer any questions. Thank you.